Hello everyone, welcome back to Momma Jo's Kitchen. Hey listen, I'm going to be having you all at a different angle today. So I thought I'd start off with showing you my kitchen window here. Some of you may know who have been following me that I have a little ornery kitten that has been getting up into my kitchen window and destroying my hard work. So I had to do something. So I found this little screen, a little wire screen outside, and I kind of rigged it so I can put it up in front of the window. And I don't know if you all can see because it's kind of probably hard to see. I've got my little green onions here, and what's planted, I just planted yesterday, so you don't see anything yet. On top of this planter, I have my green sweet bell peppers. And over here, wow, I have a lot in this one. I have parsley, I have chives, I have dill. Let me think. I have basil and cilantro. And then over here, I'm experimenting. It's in that little jar there is celery stalk. I cut the bottom off and stuck it in the water and a toothpick, and I've already have some greenery coming out of the top there. And the other one is from the video I made the broccoli salad. Now, from my understanding, it's in water too. It'll grow roots, and out from that, it'll grow leaves and sprouts that are edible. So I'm experimenting, playing around. My mother has always had a green thumb, and I'm just now getting around to getting interested in growing things. But she has the most beautiful garden every year, and I'm pretty sure she'll have one this year too. She lives with us, but on her own place next door. So when her garden gets to going, I'll take some pictures and show you all her garden. With all that said, let me move you all over here to show you. I apologize. I was not feeling well. I had the intention of making this Sunday, but and then Monday I had my grandson, so I wasn't going to attempt to try to make this with them here because you kind of have to be able to multitask when making this. We're going to make eggs Benedict with a Hollandaise sauce. So, I've got a double boiler here. Just some things that we can talk about. Now, this is a candy double boiler, but it doesn't have to be. And I've, cleaned it, washed it. You just want just enough water in the bottom that it does not touch the bottom of the pan. So, you can test it by putting a little bit of water in. You want enough water to cover the bottom, and then lift it up, and it should be dry on the bottom of your pan. And it's real important that when we get this water going, that we bring it to a simmer, because you do not want to boil your water. We don't want to cook the eggs. And then back here in this pot, I wanted to show you, I've got it about half full of water. And we're going to bring that to a simmer also. And then I will add some vinegar, a little bit of vinegar to it. That's to help the eggs as we go to put the eggs in, because we're poaching our eggs. And, I'll bring it back to a simmer. And I wanted to show you all back here. I have my eggs already cracked and ready to go. It makes it a lot easier, and I'll explain that to you when I get you all set up, how we're going to do that. And then for our Hollandaise sauce, we have 3 egg yolks. As you see here, it does require a lot of butter to make Hollandaise sauce. So I have 12 tablespoons, and it's best to get it at room temperature if you can. And we don't want it melted, but it's kind of cool in my place, so hopefully I won't have to soften it any in the microwave or anything. And then, of course, I'm using, the traditional Canadian bacon. And what I'll do is, like I said, the part of multitasking is I'm going to have this going and this going at the same time. And then as my sauce is done and my eggs are done, I think I'll quickly get my skillet going and I will brown these. And then we have some things, you know, to add. And then over here, I've got my toaster out, and we need some English muffins, and I want to butter them. So, you know, that part is easy. It's just a matter of, you know, I know it can be kind of intimidating, you know, when you first try to do something like this. But that is how you learn, folks, is you just, you know, don't worry about it. Just, you know, what's the worst that can happen? It can, you know, not turn out the way you expect it to, but practice. Practice is going to help you to get better and better at it. So, Michael's going to be home here very soon, shortly. He's going to be hungry. I've moved my little tripod thing here. Just wanted to show you all, so that you're not really going to see me so much, but you'll see more of what I'm doing here on the stove. At least I'm hoping. And when I'm getting ready to get started here, that's another essential thing, is get everything that you need laid out that you think you're going to need. So everything will come together. And, you know, get everything laid out so you know where everything is at. So that when we get started on here, you'll see how this comes together. And when I get everything done, Michael's going to be happy to give you all a taste test. So we'll be back. Okay, everyone, I'm trying to get started here, but what I'm doing first is I'm trying to get my water in both of these where I want them. Okay, this burner is the one that I pretty much always cook on. So I can regulate this one for some reason better than this burner over here. And I rarely use the burners back there. So when I get this water where this is at the simmer I want, because this one's going to take a little bit longer. That's why I have the lid on, and I actually have it on medium. And then I can always turn it back down. Besides, when I go to, you know, add a little bit of vinegar, which helps with the keeping the egg kind of like together when we're cooking it, I'm going to have to bring it back. So I have to play with this burner over here and try to get them both at where what I consider a perfect simmer, and I'll bring y'all back. All right, folks. I've got this one turned down as low as it'll go. And I know you can't really see down in there. There's some like steam coming up. We want that. There's bubbles, but it's not bubbling. We don't want it boiling. We just want bubbles down here. This one, I had a hard time with this burner. I'm thinking, you know, there might be something wrong with this burner. I had to turn it almost up on high, and it was constantly going on, off, on, off. You would think if you would turn it on high or almost high, it would be steady on. But I left the lid on, and I've got it so that I've got some bubbles down there just coming up. But if it starts to, you know, I've got it turned back down now to medium here. And if it starts to boil, I don't want that. I'm going to have to turn it down more. But since I don't know how to regulate this this side of my stove, I'm hoping that, you know, it's going to turn out all right. Okay. It's going to take 3 minutes to make the Hollandaise sauce. It's going to take 4 minutes to poach our eggs. So, I'm going to get our eggs in here first. And I'm going to add, I think I have a tablespoon of vinegar to the water here. And like I said, what that's for is that's going to help when I go to put the egg in. It's normal to see a little bit of cloudiness. And you want to use like something that's slotted for when you go to remove your eggs. Now, I won't be stirring, but I will, before I start putting the eggs in, I'm going to get my water moving. And then I'll be dropping my eggs in. let me make sure. I think we're good. I still see bubbles, but it's not bubbling. So the only thing I'm nervous about is my with this burner on this side. So that's what we're going to do. We're going to go with it. I'm going to say that that's probably okay right now the way I've got it. And you got to realize there's a lot more water in this, and I have barely any water over here. So I've got the eggs here over to the side. I've got 4 of them. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to slip this in. See, it's going around, around. That's what you want. And then I'm not stirring the egg, but I'm just trying to keep them separated there. I'm not stirring it. I'm just kind of trying to swirl it. Okay, now I'm going to go ahead and set my timer. Okay, now, meantime, while that is on there, I'm going to take, here I have my 3 yolks. I'm going to go ahead and put it on here. And I'm going to take my whisk, and I'm going to start to break it up. Now, this takes about 3 minutes. Now, I have my timer going here, and what we want to do, remember that softened butter? I'm going to start putting the butter in, and you can do that about 1 or 2 tablespoons at a time. And you just keep whisking. The butter should start melting. And I'm trying to keep an eye over here at the same time to make sure I'm not boiling. Make sure I got water down there. Okay, try to get this butter in here. Get it melted. I'm concentrating here, folks. It's one of those things you got to have a little bit of patience with. I think we're doing good over here. I don't see any boiling over here. Remember, we don't want it to boil. Okay, let me get some more butter in here. It's a process. Now, my timer's going to go off here in just a minute, but what I'm going to do is I'm going to take that off the heat, and I'm going to get my skillet going for the Canadian bacon. I know, it seems like a lot of butter, doesn't it? Now, essentially, we don't want our eggs, our poached eggs, to be cooked in the middle. We still want them to be a little on the runny side. All right, I'm going to take that off the heat right there. I'm just going to put this lid on it. Okay, I've got this going. I'm going to turn my heat back up on this side. Okay, I only got about 3 more tablespoons of butter to put in here. It's coming along. All right, I'm trying to get my pan heating here. It's like a golden yellow. Now, I know a lot of people use unsalted and add a little bit of salt. I'm using salted butter. That way I don't have to add salt. But I will be adding pepper to this. Okay, I got 1 more tablespoon. As soon as I get it completely melted, we're going to add a few other things to this. All right, let me spray this. There's our, let me get them in here. We're almost there, folks. I think it's melted. Okay, they said how you know that your when it's thickened and ready is when it coats the back of the spoon, and you go like that. See how it made that line? All right, let me get these turned. And I could get those English muffins going too. Michael's going to be home here really, really soon. You see what I'm talking about, the coating on the back of the spoon? Alright. Now it calls for a pinch of cayenne. So here's a pinch. Okay, it calls for about a teaspoon of lemon juice. Some people prefer a little bit more. And then let's put in some freshly ground black pepper. Okay. Okay, I am going to turn that off, and I'm going to set it back here. I'm going to put the lid on it. I'm going to get the English muffins on. Hold on, folks. Get them in the toaster for Michael. He's going to be home soon. Okay, when I go to take these eggs out, I'm just going to explain to you what I do. I'm going to take that slotted spoon. I'm going to take it out, and I'm going to dab the paper towel underneath of it. I'm going to butter Michael's English muffin, and I'm going to put a piece of this ham on it, Canadian bacon. I'm going to put the poached egg on top. I'm going to put the sauce on over top of that, and Michael's going to give you a taste test. So we'll be back.
How you doing, YouTube? Welcome to Momma Jo's Kitchen. Here to taste test the eggs Benedict with Hollandaise sauce. Wow. The smell is amazing. I've never had this before in my life. It's like an egg McMuffin with a lot of butter on it. It is absolutely delicious. Like, comment, share, subscribe. Make yourself some of these. Check out the video where Momma Jo makes it. Come back and check out all Momma Jo's videos. This is awesome.
You say bye?
Oh, bye. I'm busy thinking about eating.